mud came up, they ain't think that I could do it. Rise up, then I look back like, man, I knew it. Out the mud, was in the dirt, climbed up. Now I'm on top and it's stuck. Out the mud.
It's your girl. Welcome back to another season of Out the Mud podcast. I'm your girl, Coco.
It's Holly Tech.
We are thrilled to introduce our guest today, Tamika Wright. Tamika is a force of nature, a serial entrepreneur, a teacher, and an author of Lesson Learned, The Truth Behind My $7 Million Mistake. She is also a devoted mother, a reality TV star, and a very relentless hustler. Tamika's journey from building multiple 6 to 7 figure ventures to overcoming devastating setbacks is nothing short of an inspirational. Tamika's incredible journey gives us chills. Please join us as we welcome Tamika Scott from Zone 3, Atlanta, Georgia, to our podcast, Out the Mud podcast. Welcome, Tamika.
Welcome.
We got you here, girl.
Yes.
This busy lady.
So, I actually got the book last weekend when she trashed me in a spades game.
You would never sit at the table with us again.
But we ain't gonna talk about that today.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Today we're talking all about Tamika, and the book was amazing. I finished it in a week. So let's start from the beginning, because this is Out the Mud, so we like to talk about where it all began. So you grew up in the 80s crack epidemic. So tell us a little bit about that and how your family life was and how that was growing up with your dad kind of getting caught up in that.
Well, for me, I was born in 1980. So I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. So that was like all I knew. I didn't know it was something different other than your dad not at home, your mother working long hours. She's a single mom. I didn't know it was something different other than that. So that was my norm. So for me, with my father, when I realized my father he had a addiction problem, it was disheartening for me. You know what I'm saying? It kind of broke my heart because I was able to witness him. I actually walked in on him smoking crack.
Yeah.
So it was like, for me to witness that, it was like, because at the same time, I'm of age now where I'm dating drug dealers.
Right.
So it's like I'm dating the guys that's giving me the money, and they're getting the money from people like my father. So it's like I'm loving the ones that's hurting my dad. I'm loving the ones that's hurting my family. I'm loving the ones that's the reason why I'm dating you in the first place.
Right.
Because if my dad was in the household, I wouldn't probably like a guy like you that was selling drugs.
Yeah.
So it was, it was a little weird. It was a little different, but it's a lesson learned.
That's crazy. I love it. It's, you know what? But so looking back on your childhood, right? And I know you, right? But now I know you more than when I thought I knew you. So, but looking back on your childhood, and you know how eager we all are to jump off the porch, as we used to say back in the days. But the kids,
but that was the difference. I was a homebody. I wasn't jumping off no porch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I was a homebody.
That's what I was about to ask you. So being sheltered to jumping off the porch after, things shifted, and then you start going over big sister house and start seeing other things of life. It was one thing that did stood out to me in your book. And I think I even text you probably like at 12 o'clock at night. And it was the incident that happened when you was downtown. And by that happening to you, how was you able to, continue with life? Because you never told anyone about it besides now.
Right.
So how was you able to navigate life after that?
Because unfortunately back then, sex was the norm.
Okay.
So I felt abnormal by not having sex at the time.
Okay.
Because everybody that I hung around was having sex.
Right.
So I had to make up lies like, yeah, I had sex, and You know, so it's like thinking back when I was like, and that's the thing, like I had totally like blocked the whole incident out my mind where I don't even really remember how old I was.
Right.
I don't know if I was 12, I don't know if I was 13 or not. So it was like just to think at that age, I'm embarrassed to be a virgin. And now I got a 12-year-old daughter.
Right.
And I would go crazy to think that she was thinking like me back then.
Exactly.
So it was like, it was weird now, but then it was just the norm that everybody was having sex, everybody was having kids, everybody was going to jail, everybody was getting killed. It was the normal life.
Accustomed to it. It's like, okay, this is what's supposed to happen. But so I get that part, but do you think it was supposed to happen that he took something away from you?
I didn't even know it was valuable. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was real value because nobody sat down and talked to me about the birds and the bees. Yeah. Nobody told me if this happened, this is what you should do. Okay. So it was like all I knew was by my peers, my environment, everybody was having sex.
So you was thinking like, okay, well,
this is normal.
Yeah.
Now I'm part of the cool crowd.
But even though it wasn't something that you wanted to do, like, you know, it wasn't something that you said, okay, I want to do it. It was mainly forced onto you to do it. You still felt like, okay, I did it. So now I'm cool.
Well, even at that immature age, I didn't realize it was forced on me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I didn't even know if it was something I wanted to do or didn't want to do. Like I said, it was just something that I knew everybody was doing. Yeah. So I'm thinking this is normal. Maybe some people started off like this. It was weird. Yeah. It was just weird.
Right. Gotcha.
It was just weird. So it was just something I kept silent on.
Yeah, you said it took you like 25 years to actually do it. And it's crazy that our mind really, like, traumatic events, our mind really, like, I guess it gives us time to deal with it, like, until we're ready. Like, we're ready for it. Like, what happened at that time, 25 years later, that it came back up in your mind? And you're like,
writing this book. Mm-hmm. This book was therapy. Like, this book made me dissect every level of my life. Because when I went to write the book and I did my outline, I literally went from kindergarten, first, second. That's how I wrote my book. Wow. So it was like, what happened at this level? What happened at this level? What happened here? So it was like actually replaying everything. And I was like, dang.
Oh, it was a lot.
I told my mom when I was in prison. I wrote her letter and told her.
Because she never, ever knew about it.
My mom, my sister, my brother, nobody. Wow. 0 people.
And you just carried that pain and that hurt for so many years, but you just thought it was okay.
I'm not even gonna say I carried the pain. I carried the shame.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It wasn't even pain for me. It was more a shame that I really allowed this to happen to me and I ain't say nothing, and I took the blame for it. Like, if I wouldn't have been down here, if I wouldn't stop and decide to flee more, if I wouldn't did everything I did, it wouldn't happen.
You blamed yourself.
I blame myself.
And that's typically how it happens to people, is that, you know, the victims become like the abuser of, okay, it was me. I was the person that was in the wrong because I should have been at school. Or I should have been, because you were supposed to be at school.
No, I was supposed to have been walking. See, back then at 10, you're catching the bus by yourself.
Right.
In the 80s and the 90s. So I was catching 2 MARTA buses, 2 trains.
Yeah.
To and from school every single day. So, you know, I probably had maybe about 30 minutes or so between when the train got me to 5 points to the bus is about to leave. Yeah. So I'm like, let me go window shop. I used to love jewelry. I used to wear rings on every finger. So I used to love window shopping in between time. So, it was one of the guys that had the booth at the flea market.
That's crazy.
So let's fast forward a little bit. When you were 16, you ended up having your first kid.
Well, I actually got pregnant at 16.
You got pregnant at 16?
I had him exactly 2 weeks after my 17th
birthday.
Okay, yeah. All right, so you got pregnant at 16. And then you had your baby.
And I hid that pregnancy for 5 months.
Yeah.
She was wearing the big coat in the summertime. I was like, whoa, I know you was hot.
Because your mom, as a single parent, you know, working all the time.
I knew her schedule.
Yeah.
I knew her routine.
So I guess it would be easy to hide it because she's busy working, trying to provide for the family.
Yeah.
You got to a point where you had to make a choice. To leave here at 10-month-old and go to college.
Mm-hmm. He had just turned 1.
Okay, he just turned 1.
He had just turned 1.
That I have a 3-year-old, so I imagine how hard that decision was for you. Like, how did you feel at that time in taking that step to be the first one?
The first one, like I said, I had got notice of going to college like 2 weeks before it was time for me to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like my high school counselor, Miss Sam, shout out to Miss Sam, that's Sunday. So
that's the best counselor. Yeah. Like
so it was like she just called me up and asked me did I want to go to school. I remind you, I graduated high school with a 1.9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not even college material.
Yeah,
you know. So I'm not even because I was never thinking about. I was never thinking about excelling in school. Yeah. I just wanted to graduate. Like I said, I didn't see nobody excelling really in school in my family type. So that wasn't a requirement. Mm-hmm. All we needed was a diploma.
Yeah.
You just need to graduate. So I always, let's just graduate. That's all I need to do. If I got 6 classes on my schedule, I only need 3 to pass. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I'm not going to them other 3.
Yeah,
they're not even gonna see me. Cause why? That's how I thought. Like
why I have to go to the other
why
classes?
Even going to them classes is not even important. So it was like actually making the decision to go to college. It was hard and easy because it's like I got this baby. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be on welfare. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be on food stamps.
Right.
I don't want to be dependent on his father.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I have to try to do something to make a better life for him. And it was hard. I remember every time I used to come back from college, visiting, come on, and it was time for me to leave again, I'd cry in the car. Mm-hmm. I used to, because I'm about to cry now. And this man 27 years old now. But it was like, I remember.
Your baby's always going to be your baby.
I remember crying like, I got to leave my baby.
Yeah.
So that's why as soon as he got of age, kindergarten, I had my last year left in school.
Yeah.
He came with me. I went and got him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause he was calling me by my nickname. So I was like, oh no.
Right. It's like
wow.
We gotta change.
He called me mama now, but yeah, he was calling me meat. And I was like, oh no.
But yeah, my heart will be broken.
Yeah, I was like, no. Sorry.
Now my son called me by my name today. I'm like, because his dad calls me by my name. So.
But he's 3, right?
Yeah, he's.
So you got one more year at this.
Yeah.
I was sad about
that.
Then
after that's like mama.
Uh-huh.
So overcoming so much, right? Having your child, having to deal with loss, having to deal with your heartbreak, you know, can you share like some emotional journeys that led you to like want to leave your teaching job? Because after you graduated, you started being a teacher. And so what in that moment of you being a teacher that you say, you know what, forget this, I'm not going to be a teacher anymore, I'm about to start my own business and be my own boss?
Well, as far as me leaving teaching, it wasn't even my students. Because I love the students.
Right.
It was the staff. It was the old, because I was young. I was 22, 23.
Young girl inside.
Then I remember I was wearing my little curly little hair. So they used to see me walking down the hall on the cameras and stuff. And I remember the teacher, because they was older women. They was like, they go Diana Ross.
Diana Ross is
you know what I'm saying?
That was a real life hater.
So it got to the point where I was very uncomfortable in the environment because I almost felt like they was bullying me.
Right.
Because I was the young teacher. I was, showing up cute, wearing my heels.
Right. Yes,
I'm weighing 125 pounds.
Right.
So they like, ugh. I just felt bullied.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I made it important to any young girls under me. Like, I always embrace them.
Yeah.
You're going to always be little sis, so you're going to have to call me auntie.
Yeah.
It's like I'm never going to make a younger woman feel uncomfortable or not welcome.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to bully you just because of your youth.
Right.
Exactly. There was no other reason for them to bully me.
Yeah. So they was probably intimidated
I was
You know,
young. That was all
by
I
you.
had.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. You young.
And I had a little
and you
Jaguar.
you young. You driving nice. You coming in. You cute. You got your heels on. And you know, some people don't hate you because it's you. They hate the fact that they wasn't like that when they was your age. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I had to go. I had to let them have it. Like
Just goodbye.
Y'all can
Just
have
goodbye.
it.
Yeah.
Y'all can have it.
So you did have a moment while you were teaching that one of your students passed. Tell us a little bit about that situation.
That student, that was
Because you was
That
dealing
was-
with the disabled.
they wasn't disabled.
Okay.
They had learning disabilities
Learning disabilities,
and behavior
okay.
problems. They were kids like me.
Okay,
Back
so,
in the
right, you
behavior
like, I can
problems.
relate to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one kid, and he was kind of big for his age too, because he was in the 8th grade. So when I was teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th combined
Mm-hmm.
because it was the special need class. But he was a big playful kid. We used to join each other in class because he thought he was, I guess, dealing with a regular teacher.
He thought he probably jumped to his sister, like, you know.
No, he thought he was gonna be able to come in my class
Right.
and kind of, be
Cut up.
disruptive and take over the class.
Yeah.
But no, this is me for zone 3.
Right. Told you.
So it's like, oh, you got jokes?
Yeah,
I
I got
jokes
jokes too. I'm gonna get back with you.
So that's how I really kind of earned his respect. So
Yeah.
he started laughing and thought I was funny, and me and him became close. Because we kind of understood each other. It's
Right.
Like he knew he couldn't treat
play
me.
with you.
He couldn't play with me like
Yeah.
no other teachers. But since he was so playful, that's how he ended up getting killed. Because he was at home. I think he was doing a prank, acting like it was his cousin had a boy over, and he would act like he came in the house to rob.
No.
But he was just playful.
Yeah, so he was playing like it. And they shot. That's so sad.
That was sad.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
So then after that situation, you resigned, right?
Not
You
right
started-
after, but kind of. My last day of working was December 18, 2007.
Okay. So
I
after
remember
that,
that day.
you started one of your dream businesses, boutiques. You
I
started
went
a
in-
boutique.
I went into partnership with someone.
Mm-hmm. So that kind of
Went down quick.
that
I'm talking about
Right.
like quick.
That was-
It didn't
Within
stay
90
afloat.
days.
yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
stay afloat
Yeah,
at all.
I was reading
The
about-
partnership didn't stay afloat, but you still stand ground with your boutique, but you're in the partnership. Y'all don't know.
No, the partnership, the boutique, the
all of
boutique was hers.
Oh yeah.
It was hers. So she was about to lose the boutique.
Right.
She went through a divorce or whatever. Now she was about to lose the boutique. I had good credit, just the dumb as I want to be. So I went and got a loan.
Right.
Like let me go in partnership with somebody who clearly ain't good with business.
Right, exactly. Like, let me help her.
Let me help her.
Yeah.
And quickly I started saying,
The reason why she is going
like,
down.
baby, where's the money? How's you at Marshall's shopping, and how's you doing all this personal stuff with this business account?
Yeah.
So I was like,
so she was dibbling and dabbling in the business account.
yeah, because that was her only income.
Mm.
That's why she was in the position she was in. That was her only income.
Okay. So
But I didn't know any better then.
So after that,
You just been a helping friend.
yeah, exactly. So you
I was
came
being a
in
dummy.
that business. That was your first, pretty much, taste, I guess, of entrepreneurship after working.
Quick.
Yeah, quick. You got a quick lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Then, was he your boyfriend at the time, or
Which
was
one?
he Brian?
Oh. Yeah, he's the boyfriend.
Okay, so your boyfriend at the time, Brian, he's in a store with another Brian, and the customer walks in and starts talking about the wig business, or the store business. They made $3,000 in a day. That's when you guys decide, or I don't know if he
After that, he already went in business.
Okay.
So he had got his store, I want to say around December.
The friend Brian.
Both Bryans.
Yeah.
They went in business
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
And then after that, because I still had want to do a boutique.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that, what you're doing. I want to do what my passion was.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I started enjoying all the different customers coming in the store and, shopping. We went to LA to
boutique,
shop and, it was a fun little business. Even though it wasn't no money making.
Yeah,
but it was
but
fun.
it was your passion.
Right.
It was fun. But yeah, I ended up opening up my store with Brian about 2 months later.
Okay. So how was that journey with you letting go of your dream and starting to jump into that?
Where for me, the money motivated me.
Mm.
Once I saw how much you made,
Like, let me get it now.
I used my last income tax check.
Right.
I had like $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
I was rich.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
the income tax shit make you feel I was rich.
Yeah, you was up there.
I could do whatever business I needed.
Let me flip all this.
Right. So
You invested your income tax
Mhm.
check into the wig business.
Yeah.
And so from $5,000, that made you a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Damn.
So y'all
Within
opened up
a year.
first store with 5K?
well, mine was $5K. I could have opened up the whole entire store, but the store that I chose, the location I chose,
Yeah.
I did a lot of work. So it was like a 3,000 square feet building.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need 3,000 square feet, so I divided the building.
Mm.
So if I would have went in a smaller building somewhere else, I could have did the whole business for 5,000.
Yeah.
But since I kind of did work to the building, it
Yeah.
cost a little bit more.
So were you guys kind of taking the other Brian's like lead or
Oh,
on it?
no.
Like what's he telling y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you kind of just jumped in and
Yeah, it wasn't really nothing to it but get some shelves and put the stuff in and get the coolers. It wasn't a hard business.
See, in your book, you did say that you saw what they was doing
Mm-hmm.
and you realized that you're going to do yours completely different on how they was operating business because they was, operating like niggas. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't operating professional. So what she went and did, she went and got the whole right software, right?
The
QuickBooks
Mm-hmm.
software, the payroll software, the system to make sure that everything that, like, if she ever get audited, her thing was correct, like in the system, right?
This how, and I think that's why I wrote my book the way I did,
Yeah,
because I knew to do that just by being a secretary,
right.
being a teacher. When I was
Exactly.
a special needs teacher, I'm dealing with IEPs and I'm dealing with a lot of paperwork. I'm dealing with a lot of things that you have to be organized.
Right.
So when I went to the boutique, I learned the system that she used her point of sales.
Right.
So it's like everything that I went through.
It was meant for you
It was-
to do it so you can utilize it for your multi-million-dollar business.
Exactly.
Again, so when you was a teacher, what, $1,500 every 2 weeks? What was your pay?
I was making $36,000 a year, and we was getting paid once a month.
Mm.
So I want to say it was about $3,000 a month.
Okay, so from $3,000 a month to like $20K a week or a day,
Yeah.
a week exactly $20K a
get it
week,
right a week.
and then you was not only, and see, this is why I always admire you because, like, I know I'm a sis, but not only did you like make money for yourself, but you put your friends and your family on.
Because it's no
Yeah.
fun having money and everybody around you broke.
Yeah.
you can't do
But
that.
that's a boss though.
No,
for
you're
you.
like, let's go to Jamaica. I can't go. That's not fun.
Yeah,
So,
but however, you did put everyone in a position to win. But in your book, when it was time for people to show you that they got your back, and they was there for you just because you was there for them, a lot of people turned their back on you.
well, I don't think I put it in the book like that. That they turned their
Just
back.
one person.
Yeah, that they
but
turned their
I
back.
know a lot of people turned their back on you.
But you don't know if they would have, really, because they didn't really get the
Are you
chance
talking about as far as flip on me or whatever?
Yeah,
With
that's what
the-
I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
with you turning people on to how to be a millionaire, or turning people on how to be their own boss, and from that to having to, take care of yourself and do things behind bars. Let me rewind.
I was never behind bars. I got a white collar crime.
Right. Not behind bars, but
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But inside, and your
Clever.
friends, you had friends that turn it back on you. But still, you still came out with a smile on your face. And
That's all I know.
You still love them. So my question is to you, with the taste of wealth and also the taste of not really having it, you still kept you and you still stayed true to you. Like, I don't think people really realize that how important that is in this
Was
day
you born
society.
rich?
No.
So anything that you gain in these years that you on this earth
Yeah.
is a profit.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, since I came from nothing, I got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Since I got it out the mud, it's like anything else is just extra. Because I always know it's going to be a new season for me to get it out the mud again if I have to. It's just in me.
It's in you. It's not
It's
on
on
you.
you. It's
It's
in
not on you.
you.
It's in you.
It's in me. Like, honestly, like, I don't come from a rich family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised around rich people. I didn't see luxury anything. So anything that I obtain in life is like, it's a positive. It don't make me.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. And that's why I always admire you.
It don't
Regardless of whatever situation, you ever went through, you always kept this person here. And that alone, because a lot of people change. Once they start, like, people change when they make money. People change when they're broke. My mom always said, if you want to know a person, learn them when they don't have nothing. Or see them when they have it all. If they still the same, like she's always been, then this is her. I don't see people when they rich, oh girl, I can't talk to you. No. When they poor, it's like, hey girl, where you at? It's like,
because numbers, I don't know what it is. Like, numbers is just numbers.
Yeah.
To me, numbers go up and down.
Right, exactly.
Numbers go up and down. So just because I'm up today don't mean I can't be down tomorrow. Just because you down. So it's like, I know it's just a game.
Exactly.
But how do you stay true to you? Like, how do you stay true to you throughout the ups and downs?
It's natural and normal for me, so I don't even know how to.
It's just
you. You're just real.
And maybe it's family. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm up, I'm around family. When I'm down, I'm around family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no matter what I'm going through, is like, my base is gonna be my family.
That's your foundation.
Okay, so that's
that's your foundation.
Right.
It's like, when I'm good, I can still be around my family and still be me. If I'm up, if I'm down, it's like, this is
so they're gonna be in my corner regardless.
Right.
Even if they mad at me.
Yeah.
They're gonna be mad at me right there with attitude.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be right there next to me, rolling their eyes or got something to say or whatever. Yeah. But they're gonna show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important.
You see what I'm saying? They're gonna be right here by my side with whatever going on.
Right.
And
that's what beautiful. I know.
So that's really all. Love is really all that is important.
Yeah.
All
that's
the
family.
Stuff and,
I don't want to judge people, but I know some people like, I don't mess with my family. I don't this and that. You might have one or two, but you ain't messing with your whole family.
So
it might be you,
especially your immediate family.
It might be you.
At least you gotta mess with your sisters and your brothers and your mama and kids.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
People like, I don't deal with my family at all.
Yeah.
Like, how all these people made you mad? Some ain't.
All these people mad at you.
Right. Yeah. Some ain't right.
So
some ain't right. Like that.
So you got to the point. So y'all running these businesses. Y'all have what, 20 plus stores?
I had 13.
Okay, you had 13 stores, and y'all built it up to the point where you purchased a house appraised at what, 1.6 million. Mm-hmm. You have that family now that you always dreamed of. The fact that you wave your kids,
the big white fence.
Yes, like
nice green.
The house, when I tell you, the house was banging.
And
banging.
Everything custom.
It was banging.
Everything. So you get to that point. How is it, like, realizing all the trials and the tribulations that you guys are facing in this beautiful house? I mean, at first you guys weren't. At first it's all good.
First it's all good.
Then it starts all unraveling. You have this beautiful house.
Within a year.
Within a year, you have this beautiful house, these kids, and you have this husband. And it's like, damn, I got here, but it's not what I thought it would be. Like, how was it at that time? And like, Because we all would, like, everybody dreams of that. Like, it's like, I want to get there, you know, the beautiful house, the kids, the money, and you had it. You had it all. So how was it, that reality?
Even with having it all, it ain't what it seemed to be. It's never, because you. Some people say you can have it all and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have health problems, relationship problems, financial. You're gonna have
mental problems.
You're gonna have definitely the mental problems, right? So you're gonna have some kind of problem, even when you're thinking you on top.
That's so true.
So like this is what I had learned to just live through. Even when you're on top or when you're not on top, you have to deal with something.
Yeah,
your life is never gonna be perfect.
Everybody deals with something.
It's never ever going to be perfect. So it's like you have to learn how to not let them see you sweat.
Yeah.
You got to really master that. Yeah. You got to really just master whatever you're really going through. God didn't put you through this to just leave you, right?
Right.
So you got to sit back, get out of your body,
and
say, why is I going through this?
Right.
Why is I experiencing this?
What's the lesson he's trying to teach you? Because everything is a lesson.
Everything's a lesson.
And if what they always say, if you're through learning, you're through living. So it's like everything that we go through is a lesson. And if we don't learn from that lesson, what he's going to do? Bring it right back around in a different scenario. But it's going to be a lesson.
I'm learning that in the dating world.
It's going to be so your journey, right? From elementary school to middle school to high school to being a mom to being an entrepreneur to going to jail to coming out to like being who you are now. Your journey has really shaped a lot of people. You don't even understand. I don't even think you really realize the impact that you have on our lives, and especially like I say mine, because I look up to you so much. But you know, the inspiration that you have, you know, brought back into the world that we need. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I went through all this, huh?
Yeah, your struggle, it really don't even, your story really don't be for you.
Right.
If you really think about it, like God put you through things so that way you can give somebody else strength.
Right.
So your story made you help others. That's why you're going to these schools and you're reaching out. And she's doing big things. You're in the city.
This is how I
want to hear about it.
I go to the school. What's today? What we on Sunday?
Right.
I was at the school Thursday, and your niece
is in the class. Right.
So shout out to South Atlanta High School.
You know what I'm saying? So from that, it's just like, it's no stopping you because it was already written for you to be great.
Did you read when I got hit by the car?
Girl,
so the car, if the car don't stop me, that's how I feel.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Me.
Let me see, hold on, because I got a quote outlined from when you said you got hit. All right. So I was hit by a car at 6 years old. I did not feel the impact of the car because I was running at full speed. If I had stood still when the car hit me at full speed, I would not have been here today to tell my story. The fact that I kept going from being hit by a car worked in my favor. Yeah. I know there's real power in keeping it moving.
Yeah. That's so powerful. That is so powerful. Yeah. Because it's not only what you were saying is that if life hits me and I keep going, then life hits you, you keep going. If a truck, like a car and a 6-year-old little girl get hit and you got up and you kept moving.
Because I was going to get a whooping.
She was scared. She was going to get a whipping. Not that she got hit by the car, but she was scared that she was going to get a whipping. So that alone just shows that your strength alone within yourself it can't be broken. Regardless of whatever you go through, you can't be broken because God put you. And my nieces always laugh at me. I always like, God put certain people on the earth to do certain things and certain assignments. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, this person wasn't born, they were just put here, So it's like your assignment is to continue to show people how good God is. And continue to move. And continue to show people that whatever you go through life, walk by faith Because you didn't know you was gonna be a millionaire.
No,
You didn't know you
I
was
was gonna
gonna
be nothing.
Yes,
Like,
you didn't know that. You didn't even know you was gonna go to college.
Because all I was told, I had a behavior problem.
Yes.
I talk too much. I do this. I'm bad. So I didn't know I was gonna be anything.
Right.
On top of being black.
Exactly. Before we get to our deep question that we always ask, right? And I was saying that you went through everything that you went through. You're out now, still being a super mom, being a super friend, a super sister, and you're in a relationship, super girlfriend, wife,
No,
whoever.
I'm single.
But not only that, I take my hat off to you because you have started a business that is taking over 18-wheelers. You got your Smarties agency, and you're working like throughout the city of so many different projects that is like remarkable. So I want you to tell like the people like exactly what all you're doing, because you're doing big things. We see you moving, sis. You stepping, big stepper.
And inspiring the kids.
Big stepper.
I mean, everything is kind of a repeat.
Yeah.
Almost. Even the name, the Smarties Agency.
Yeah, because that was the story.
It was my first business name from 2017. So this is the first business I made $1 million with that sent me to prison or whatnot. But it was special to me to kind of like go back to this name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, this is how I learned to be an entrepreneur.
It's your baby.
This is my baby.
Yeah.
It's my
That's
baby.
your baby
It's
name.
just what it is.
Yeah.
So it was like, when I came up with the Smarties Agency, I had just separated from my ex. I have no clue what I want to do because remember, I had just came home.
Yeah.
So I have no clue. I'm trying to rebuild a life from zero, from the mud.
Right.
Yeah.
You
I was
get it out the
I was
mud.
literally getting out the mud.
Yeah.
Had no clue. When I left, I had to move into a 400 square foot loft. But my loft was almost, this is probably just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like I started off with a small space on my whiteboard, and I just wrote out what I want to do. My whole want to do led me back into the Smarties Agency.
Right.
So my whole goal was I wanted to help. I was focused on females at first.
Yeah.
I wanted to help females, disadvantaged females with business. Right? So that's all it takes. The one little thing you wanted to do.
Right.
And I know I wanted to work with disadvantaged people.
Right.
That was the core of what I wanted to do, right? Still don't know exactly how I landed where I landed. So guess what I did? It's time I got my business name. Let me run to the Secretary of State. Let me go ahead and register his name. So now, what you need when you got a business? It's time for my business card.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, what I want to do still don't know. So shout out to DeWarren Robinson. I was seeing his Instagram. It was an event for the city of Atlanta. They was advertising how to do business with the city of Atlanta. It was at the C.T. Martin building. Okay, how to do business with Atlanta? I need to know, right? So I went to that event. There was a lot of people there. Not too many young black people.
Right, exactly.
There. But that was one of the best events to put me on the path of exactly what I wanted to do. And I think that was
February.
So it was February when that event had taken place. And it was a speaker on there. His name was Ricky Brown. And he spoke. And he had a staffing agency. And he kept saying his little one-liner, I went from handcuffs to cufflinks.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, I'm listening. And I was like, staffing? I don't have a hair salon. I don't did waist trainers. I don't did a credit collection.
Yeah.
I don't did youth football stuff. I don't did boutique. I don't did so much. I don't did production. I don't did so much stuff. I don't did staffing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I had over 100 employees, not people that work for me. I had 100 some people on payroll.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I naturally did staffing, right? So now that I know what I'm focused on, let me help people get jobs, right? So now I'm going to all these different job fair events. I'm going to the events, meeting people. Never have a problem meeting people. When I meet you, you're going to become a friend out of that.
Yeah.
Because that's how, like, when you came over, I was like, girl, you better go fish your own plate.
Yeah.
No, I sometimes say, like, girl, you at home.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that's another gift of mine, is that if I meet you and we connect, it's gonna be, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a real connection. So I went to the job fair. The last person I spoke to was Atlanta CDL training school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even gonna go over to their table. My friend girl who goes to these events with me, Kalia, shout out to Kalia. So Kalia was like, right, no, she called my last name. She was like, right, you need to go talk to them over there. They are a black-owned CDL school, like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to them, because I was over there talking to somebody else. I went over there and met Mr. Greg. We talked real briefly, exchanged information, and the next day, you know, when I get my business cards and stuff, I like to do my follow-up. Right. Nice to meet you or something. I'm going to do my little follow-up, right? Yeah. So at the same time, he emailing me, I'm emailing him.
Yeah, I love it.
You see what I'm saying? So
I was on the same page. Yeah.
So he set up a Zoom. He wanted to talk to me. And from that, he was like, I don't even know how it went from, I want to do your staffing. He wanted me to do recruiting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I can't recruit.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say I never recruited. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what I can
do. Exactly. Until you start.
Because I know whatever I do,
you're going to give your all.
No matter if I'm the boss or the worker, you're never going to know, because I'm going to wear the same hat.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up as the same person.
Yeah.
I never have to sit at the end of a table.
Right.
Because no matter where I sit at the table, it's going to be the same work ethic.
Right, exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm never going to be like, I ain't finna do that. Oh, you ain't paying me to do that. Mm-hmm. That's never going to be how I take on any task.
But that's how leadership is.
So it's like, Mr. Gray wanted me to do the recruiting. I went in the office, met the owner, the CEO, Mr. Homer. So he was just like, I just want to see if Mr. Greg, he bragging on you, I want to see if it's true or whatever. So when I did my resume, I shot myself. Yeah. Like, I really have a 3-page resume.
Right. You've been outside. You've been that
like,
girl.
I have a 3-page resume.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel, and that's not really everything. But
right.
I was like, okay. So fast forward, now I done did a partnership with a bigger staffing company. I done did a partnership with the Transitional Center. Mm-hmm. I'm working on another one for another big company. It's just
everything is falling in place.
Everything is falling in place so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, once you are in alignment with your assignment, it would not. Once you're in alignment with your assignment, nothing will ever feel forced.
Exactly.
It blows my mind. I'm like, damn. I just emailed these people. They eat like the big people,
on it. Yes.
Not no small people. I can't even say the name of these. Like, I'm going after like big schools,
right?
Trying to get the CDL programs in their schools. These are schools that got 8 different locations.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, I got him to email me back, and it'd be like, man,
it's surprising. It's amazing.
No, it'd be shocking to me because just even with South Atlanta. I was just telling them, we planning the grand opening for the new location on Cleveland Avenue, right? Yeah. I was like, I want to do I want a band, this and that. Next thing I know, Mr. Jackson from South Atlanta contacting the school, wanting the school to come speak to the kids.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's already written.
So it's like, I'm like, what is it?
Already written.
But you know what, my whole, I don't know what you call it, my whole little thing in life, what I really stand by, I believe in, and that's doing right by people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to do right by people, and I think that's where the best of my karma come from.
Yeah.
A lot of people do me wrong. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Friends, whatever. Because when I wash my hands with you, you're going to miss me.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. You're going to miss me. Right. I don't care who you are. If you get a taste of me, and I have to cut you off, because you're going to know you did something to me, because I don't just go around cutting people off. Yeah. And you're never going to be like, oh, yeah, she did this to me. You lying.
Right.
Because I, on purpose, don't do anything to people.
But you know what I'm saying?
All right, so we like to end the pod off with some deep questions, even though we asked her a bunch of deep questions today.
And you stood there.
Yeah.
In the hot seat.
In the hot seat. All right, so throughout your whole journey, during like the indictment and everything, you had a friend, the other Brian, actually he committed suicide.
Well, he wasn't a friend of mine.
So okay, so he was like a business
To the ex.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he was all right. So he was a friend to your ex, and you outlined like in the book about like checking on your strong friends and stuff like that. So at this point in your life, how are you feeling? Like, are you happy? And how do you relate with happiness? Like, how do you describe happiness?
Can you go to sleep by yourself? A lot of people, I realize, they can't be alone.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people, they cannot. That's those people you see like, why are they always outside?
Mm-hmm.
So those people be trying to find their happiness.
Yeah.
True.
And then it's almost gonna be okay. These people want to be alone all the time.
Yeah.
Something wrong with them people too, maybe. So it's like sometimes I don't know what suicide look like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never had suicide thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what that looked like, other than you just never know.
Right.
You just never ever know. But I just hope anybody that ever had them thoughts,
Yeah.
they have to know life is gonna get better, but you have to be here to see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
It's not as bad as it looks.
If you quit now, how you gonna know what's ahead?
Yeah.
You might have a bad year. You might have a bad 5 years. But year 6 gonna be your year. You got to believe that. I don't have a bad 10 years.
Yeah.
But people look at it like, oh, you doing good, this and that. No, baby, these 10 years been rough.
Right.
They been hard. I've been like hitting at the door, like saying which door gonna knock.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Now when I'm doing these numbers now, girl, you talking about them
That's good.
20 a week. Like we finna get that back and more. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I would have gave up, like, you know what? I'm embarrassed. These people don't put me on the news. Let me check out. I can't take this no more.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see what's to come.
Right.
So it's like, you can't be ashamed. You can't be embarrassed. You can't feel like somebody. You can't be worried what
Somebody judging you.
Yeah, you can't be worried what people think.
Yeah.
Because whether you're doing good or bad, whatever, people's definitely gonna talk.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as somebody watches this, they're gonna have something to say about me.
They are.
Well,
That's
guess what now? Long as they talk about this too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Long as they talk about Smarties too. Don't leave Smarties out of it.
So listen,
Don't.
my question is to you. If you could go back, or if you could face the younger you, what advice would you give her?
Be more confident from the start.
Yeah.
From the start.
Yeah.
Be more confident from the start.
Okay.
I used to be shy.
Yeah.
People didn't think that, but I did. Because I didn't think I was good enough. Because I'm worried about people judging.
Right.
So maybe that is why God put me through so much, so I can worry about people not judging me.
Yeah. And then you're the youngest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So with the youngest, it's always, you got other people with bigger personality.
I was always known as, this Bertha daughter, this Jennifer Jerome.
Right. So you didn't have your own
identity.
Yeah.
I have no identity. I was always under these people.
Yeah. Because my younger sister, that's how she is too. So it's like, as the younger sister, you have to find your voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so with going through everything you had to go through, you had to find your voice. And that's the reason why you had to be on news. Because this is my voice. This is me. They didn't say this is my little sister.
They probably still saying it. They still saying it today.
It's Tamika, but I love the fact that you telling your younger self to have confidence, because you, as of right now, you walk with so much confidence. You believe in yourself.
And guess what, too?
What?
And see, this walk, I've been telling people, this walk always got me in trouble, too, because even when I wasn't confident, God did give me a confident walk.
Yeah.
So people was judging the walk. And I was
and you didn't even know.
I'm feeling not confident, but they telling me I walk like I think I'm all that, which was weird.
Right.
But I guess they saw something to me that I ain't seen myself.
Exactly.
But thank you. I see it now.
Well, this is the end, guys. We do thank you for tuning in. Again, this is your girl Coco. And we are here with
Tamika Wright.
How can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Tamika Wright. That's TAMIKAWRIGHTWAY. And you can purchase the book, $7 Million Mistake, on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles.
Yes.
Lesson learned, the truth behind my $7 million mistake.
Yes.
And that's a wrap.